Top 8 companies in the elite trillion-dollar club. 1. Apple market cap $2.43 trillion. Apple became the first U.S. company to hit a $1 trillion market cap during intraday trading on August 2, 2018. It hit a $2 trillion valuation just over 2 years later on August 19, 2020. Apple hit a market cap of $3 trillion during intraday trading in January 2022, tripling its valuation in under 4 years. Apple broke the barrier when its share price hit $182.86. The milestone is mostly symbolic, but it shows investors remain bullish on Apple stock and its ability to grow. Apple currently sits at $2.43 trillion as of January 2023. Apple sold 27 million pairs of its newest AirPods model, driving 20% year-over-year growth for Apple's wearables business during the quarter. Reason for Apple's meteoric rise as investors turn to Apple as a safe haven during recent market uncertainty, thanks to its strong balance sheet and prodigious cash flow, which it uses to invest in new products, stock buybacks, and to return capital to shareholders through dividends. 2. Microsoft market cap $1.98 trillion.
Hello, I'm Bill Gates, chairman of Microsoft.
Microsoft added another win when it became a $2 trillion company after announcing the launch of Windows 11. That made it the second American publicly traded company ever to have a market capitalization of over $2 trillion. It's easy to see how 2020 contributed to Microsoft's success. The PC market grew by over 10% in 2020, according to estimates from IDC and Canalys, and seems to have kept some of that momentum this year. Microsoft also saw success with its Surface devices, Xbox content, and cloud services. The company says its intelligent cloud segment brought in $48 billion alone in its 2020 fiscal year. There's also, of course, the aforementioned announcement of Windows 11, which drove upgrades for people whose computers don't meet the minimum requirements. The company's market cap briefly rose above $2 trillion, but it has fallen ever so slightly below the mark. By the time of this video, Microsoft's market cap was $1.98 trillion. 3. Saudi Aramco. Market cap $1.90 trillion. Saudi Aramco, officially the Saudi Arabian Oil Company, formerly Arabian American Oil Company or simply Aramco, is a Saudi Arabian public petroleum and natural gas company based in Dhahran. As of 2020, it is one of the largest companies in the world by revenue. Saudi Aramco has both the world's second largest proven crude oil reserves, at more than 270 billion barrels, 43 billion cubic meters, and largest daily oil production of all oil-producing companies. It is the single greatest contributor to global carbon emissions of any company in the world since 1965. On the 11th of May 2022, Saudi Aramco became the largest, most valuable company in the world by market cap, surpassing Apple Inc. Aramco is mostly owned by the government of Saudi Arabia, with just less than 2% of the company publicly listed on the Saudi Tadawul Stock Exchange. Aramco was trading at about 37.6 riyals a share, or a few cents more than $10 a share, by midday Wednesday before dipping to 37.2 riyals a share, or about $9.92 a share. It remains to be seen whether it can hold this rally until trading closes. Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman was the architect behind the effort to publicly list a sliver of Aramco in late 2019, touting it as a way to raise capital for the kingdom's sovereign wealth fund to then develop new cities and mega projects across the country that create needed private sector jobs for young Saudis. The Crown Prince has long sought the mammoth $2 trillion valuation for Aramco, but it currently sits at $1.90 trillion. Despite fluctuations in Aramco's yearly earnings, the company has stuck to its promise to pay an annual dividend of $75 billion until 2024 to shareholders, the biggest of which is the government. 4. Amazon market cap $1.03 trillion. In November 2022, Amazon became first public company ever to lose over $1 trillion in value. It earned this distinction when its market cap dipped to $879 billion, down from its peak of $1.88 trillion in July 2021. By Jan 2023, Amazon's market cap had already perked back up, topping $1.03 trillion. But the record it set as the first company to ever lose a $1 trillion valuation will live on. Amazon isn't the only company feeling the impact of a shaky economy and a return to life outside the home after the initial COVID-19 lockdowns. Microsoft's market value peaked at around $2.5 trillion and sat at $1.84 trillion. Meta, formerly known as Facebook, reached just over $1 trillion in value in August 2021 and sat just under $300 billion. 5. Alphabet. Google market cap $1.38 trillion. Alphabet hit the $1 trillion market capitalization, making it the fourth U.S. company to hit the milestone after Apple, Amazon, and Microsoft. Optimism also comes from the company's growth in its cloud business, which, while still far behind the leader Amazon and runner-up Microsoft, doubled its revenue run rate from $1 billion to $2 billion per quarter between February 2018 and July 2019. Alphabet, Google's parent company, briefly hit a market cap of $2 trillion. The tech behemoth's market cap is currently at a comfortable $1.38 trillion, but crept over the $2 trillion mark midday Monday, later closing out at $2,987.03 per share. Alphabet's market cap has just about doubled from $1 trillion since January 2020. In the third quarter of 2021, Alphabet had a record quarter, earning a hefty $65.1 billion. The company reported that its revenue soared by 41%, while its profits jumped by almost 69%. Google Search saw a slight increase in profit, climbing to $37.9 billion from $35.8 billion in the previous quarter. YouTube, another Alphabet company, earned $7.2 billion in the most recent quarter. Throughout the pandemic, big tech has boomed, and as companies across the world shifted from in-person workplaces to remote, cloud-based work environments, Google benefited in the form of cloud storage subscriptions and digital ads. Alphabet nearly joined Apple and Microsoft as one of 3 US-based companies that are part of the exclusive $2 trillion club. 6. Facebook. Meta market cap $500 billion. Facebook joined the ranks of companies valued over $1 trillion as of June 28, 2021 market close. Facebook, now rebranded as Meta, closed the day at a comfortable valuation of $1.08 trillion, putting it over the mark for the first time in its history. The company's market cap has since dropped and now sits at $500 billion. Some of the most notable of Facebook's divisions are the Facebook site itself, along with Messenger, as well as Instagram, WhatsApp, and Oculus. On the list of U.S. tech companies that have passed the $1 trillion valuation mark, Facebook is the only one founded in the 2000s, making it the newest, as long as you're counting from the date that Google was started, which was in 1998, instead of Alphabet, which was created 2015. Mark Zuckerberg made the announcement to rebrand Facebook to encompass everything that the company does. He made it clear that the center of it all remains connectivity and people. The concept with Meta is to transform connectivity and how people interact across the globe. The obstacle of time and distance will be removed as everything will be virtual in the metaverse. It's synonymous with everything that is physical will be possible virtually. That does sound great, right? A virtual reality world that allows you to create worlds, a group of friends, throw surprise parties, a hybrid work environment where you can conduct work with anyone from around the world without having to have them sitting right in front of you, and conduct business as well. 7. Tencent market cap $450 billion. At the beginning of 2021, the $1 trillion club almost added a new member, Tencent Holdings, when it hit a high of $780 billion. However, the social media and gaming giant saw its momentum flag as China's government ramped up the pressure on the country's entire technology sector. Starting in July, the Shenzhen-based company has seen a merger deal blocked, been ordered to end its exclusive music licensing deals with global record labels, and suspended new user registrations on its super app, WeChat. Since the beginning of the year, its share price has gone from a high of 767 Hong Kong dollars, 98 United States dollars and 70 cents in January to 446 Hong Kong dollars, $56 United States dollars by market close on August 3, 2022, sitting at a market cap of $450 billion, a drop of almost 42%. Tencent now has its roots in social media. The video games business is its primary source of revenue and supports the company's global expansion. Online games make up roughly 1/3 of Tencent's total revenue, making it the world's biggest gaming business. Its self-developed blockbuster Honor of Kings has long been the world's most lucrative mobile game, a title it retained as of June, according to market intelligence firm Sensor Tower. Its players spent $277 million United States dollars in that month alone, with 96% of the revenue coming from China. Outside its home market, Tencent is an investor in a string of gaming titans. It owns California-based Riot Games, the developer behind the wildly popular League of Legends, and holds a majority stake in Finland's Supercell, the creator of Clash of Clans. 8. Tesla market cap $645.2 billion. On October 26, 2021, Tesla became the sixth company in U.S. history to be worth $1 trillion. Shares popped more than 12% Monday to close at about $1,025, boosted by two spots of good news. Hertz announced a record order of 100,000 Teslas for its fleet, and influential Morgan Stanley auto analyst Adam Jonas recently raised his price target on Tesla to $1,200 a share. Tesla is the second fastest company to hit the $1 trillion mark, reaching it just more than 12 years after its 2010 initial public offering. Only Facebook, which needed just over 9 years from its IPO to reach $1 trillion, got there faster. Apple took the longest, hitting the mark more than 37 years after it started trading in 1980, followed by Microsoft, which took a bit more than 33 years. Amazon needed 21 years, while Google reached the mark for the first time after 15 years. It's not uncommon for companies that reach the $1 trillion benchmark to slip back below it. Tesla fell to $800 billion shortly after but later rejoined the $1 trillion club as recently as April 2022, but since then, Tesla's stock has fallen hard, losing nearly 60% of its value, and some are actively rooting for it to fail, but it's currently pegged at $645.2 billion, with financial analysts projecting that Tesla will be the first company on the planet to hit $10 trillion in market cap by 2030. For Tesla, by contrast, Wall Street's excitement about the future of electric vehicles has pushed the company's market value to more than the 11 largest global automakers combined. Tesla is worth more than 3 times as much as Toyota, the second most valuable automaker, which has a market cap of about $280 billion, and boasts sales and profits that dwarf those of Tesla. Last year Tesla sold only 500,000 cars worldwide, meaning its current market value is equivalent to roughly $2 million per vehicle sold.